But anyway, one thing that has changed is the episodes that we watched for Evangelion.
That is true. I did end up dipping my toes into some production notes because you told me these are where the episodes start getting good. I'm not calling you a liar, but I was curious as to why. And I found out due to some production notes, some like anime-based journalism.
Anime-based journalism is such a sentence.
Journalism about anime, because anime-based journalism sounds like a journalism being done by a 30-year-old woman who looks 12.
Yes.
So I found out that, obviously when this show gets pitched, Anno submits, a document that is supposed to cover the show. And that covers every plot point from episode 1 to episode 24 when it ends, right? However, he decided at episode 12 that he wasn't going to follow it anymore. And this is something of a problem because obviously as production is going on, people are working along the idea that they're following this document. So pre-production has begun on a lot of this stuff. Then they have to throw it all out and he comes up with this after episode 12 is done.
Yep.
So it creates a constant unrelenting production crunch from episode 12 till the end of the series. And he was rewriting things after they were done and even like recorded. He was rewriting plot points after they were animated and shit like that. And as a writer currently working on a book of which I had to completely rewrite the ending, I fully understand where Anno is coming from. However, I do not have a team of animators having to wait for me to come up from whatever fever dream where my ideas come from and change everything. So I'm starting to understand why things A, get really weird, and B, why the stories behind the production of Evangelion are kind of legendary.
Yeah, it's kind of like I look at the production of Eva in the same way I think of like, really like legendary like kind of albums where it's kind of like everything is just chaos. Like there's the famous story of, I think it's the Happy Mondays third album. They had all gotten like so addicted to like coke, crack, heroin that the record label sent them to like a remote Caribbean island to record it, but they didn't realize that the island was rife with crack. So like
nice.
They were like meant to be recording songs and it was like they were like pawning off the couch in the studio to go buy crack. But it kind of came together in the end. But it's like, yeah, Ava in terms of like a media property, especially like an animated media property, because like when you have like something that you're like shooting live action, there is sometimes rewrites. You can always go back in and kind of reshoot stuff or maybe kind of fiddle with stuff in terms of like the sequencing and the editing to match the updated edits or in the writing, but very hard to do with animation.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before when it comes to like historical figures running off on ideas and throwing all plans out the windows, and all the subordinates just have to kind of wait for you to come out of your room and start screaming at them to know what to do next. That's kind of what it seems like Ava was like. And weirdly, Anno personally only wrote 3 episodes by himself through the entire original run of the show. One of them is episode 14, which is a fucking clip show.
Yep.
Is so strange.
I will say for clip shows and for it, the sequencing is really important. So there is some direction there, but your point still stands.
Also, he made even making a clip show way too complicated. So for people who are watching the show while we do this, you'll notice, like I did, that the clips being shown from the earlier episodes are not the same clips from those episodes. So his production staff had to recreate them all to be slightly different in some big ways and some minor ways, but it wasn't just going back to like episode 1 and episode 2 and cutting out battle scenes and putting them in 14. He made them redo them all.
Yep.
This dude is fucking insane.
Yeah.
And this is also the huge jumping off point from episode 12 on. And we really see here of, he pitched Ava as like, you're going to have something to sink your teeth in every episode, like something you're going to look at, like battles and whatnot that are going to be incredible. Starting at episode 12, and we really see it through the episode 13, 14, and 15, even the clip show, that changes. The whole gear of the show is now trauma processing. Like the change is very obvious. It's very much sudden. He jacks on the brakes pretty much. And I'm not saying that like it's a bad thing, because as nice as all the battle stuff was in the first 12 episodes, and the animation is very good. We've talked about that endlessly already. It is funny to see him just like, nope, different anime now. Turn the car around.
Yeah, I think at this point it was like Anno maybe kind of realized the show that he started making is very different from the show that he wanted to make, and he realized that like, if I'm going to make the show that I want to make, I'm gonna have to do it right now.
That's what it seems like. And kind of funny enough, there are interviews with Anno. He was asked why he did that, and he never gives a straight answer, which is very common with him. He's been asked this question countless times over the years, and he gives a different answer almost every time. But one of the reasons why he says that he did it is because the fans were annoying. Like he specifically says like otakus were annoying him.
Yep.
Like that's certainly one reason. I mean, I don't think that you should probably change your very high budget TV show because you wanted to piss off fans. But if you're going to do it, I suppose this is a very good way to do it. I guess this is why I'm not an anime director.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I can think of.
Episode 13. This is an odd one because, well, I feel like I'm going to have to say that about every episode going forward. But episode 13 features like very little of, you know, Shinji Rei and Asuka. It's actually much more about Ritsuko. Essentially what they're doing is they're trying to do sync tests and compatibility tests to kind of boost kind of sync rates and compatibility rates with the children. So they're in these like weird dummy suits.
Yeah. They're look like Ava's, but with like the head blown off and just a nest full of wires and pipes instead. It looks cool as hell.
Yeah. Also, all of the pilots are naked because they want to test their, you know, sync rate without the plug suits. Interesting. We also learn about the Magi. So Joe, are you familiar with what outside of Evangelion what the Magi are?
Vaguely familiar. Not probably. I would say I understand it enough to see what they're going at, but you know, not entirely. I did like where they went with it. I didn't expect Ava to go in this direction, which really brings up some questions. Okay, for one, in this episode, the Angel is effectively a computer virus. Ritsuko insists that it's kind of like an AI body, like nano bodies being operated by an AI, which, surprise, surprise, AI is the bad guy even in the early 2000s.
This is 1997, Joe.
Okay, 97.
Oh, no, sorry, not 97, 95.
Oof. I'm just imagining if you like put on your Joe hat here. Okay. The Angels. This angel specifically, because all the angels are different, is ran by AI, which means hypothetically, if Nerve does not kill this angel will live long enough to make your grandmother lose its mind on Facebook.
Yes, we're getting AI slop.
Yeah, angel slop. You know, you're gonna have angel run better health. And then after this, you know, the whole point of it's trying to hack into the Magi system. That's where we learn. Well, before this, we learned that Ritsuko's mom actually created the Magi system, and Ritsuko helped boot it up.
So, for those who are unfamiliar or aren't, I suppose, Christian, the Magi is the biblical name for the three wise men. So, yeah, that is the like what it's kind of going for. Once again, it's Anno like pulling from this kind of like Christian kind of Gnostic thing. We'll get in a couple of episodes, Joe, I'm going to have to spend 10 minutes explaining Kabbalah to you.
Oh, cool. I hope you and Madonna can really school me on that one.
Hey, look at, you know, I am a defender of Madonna, so, you know.
I kind of have to be. She's from Michigan, and I am very distantly related to her. Has that bit of Joe lore ever been shared?
No.
Okay, so Madonna's original surname, when she had a surname, was Ciccone. And my aunt is married to the Ciccone family. And the man that she married is distantly related to Madonna.
So you're saying there's a chance we could get Madonna on the pod?
Oh no, none of us have ever met her. She's not coming down to the slop with us.
A fun Madonna fact: the very first music video Madonna ever appeared in is by a Mexican American, kind of Latin American disco punk band called Conk in the like late 70s, early 80s.
Hell yeah. Got to put on that conch.